I have a little bit more of, I guess, a negative outlook on it. Having lost a sibling to addiction, which I've been very open about, it feels as though, the addiction takes course. In some cases, in a lot of cases, the lives are lost, and we're becoming so desensitized to the lives that are lost from addiction that I feel like it's been a long time coming to even bring this forward to declare it a national crisis because it is a crisis. It's been a crisis in a lot of our families. I've been very close to addiction my entire life, and I think it's time that we don't just talk about it, but we actually address it head on. We fund these services well. We bring wraparound supports in every part of this country, but we also have to remember that even as Indigenous people, we have our own systems and our own ways of knowing, but we're dealing with drugs that are manufactured and they're synthetic. So we have to bring in that, westernized and Eurocentric science in detox and in some of these areas to, medically intervene to bring people off of these drugs safely, but also to give them that long-term support to make sure that the recovery is as successful as possible. But then we also need to be addressing the root cause of crime, the root cause of addiction, the breakdown of family, the child welfare system, all of these things that have detrimentally impacted our people. It's time to also start addressing those issues head on. And I think the federal government has a direct responsibility to act. And I think they also need to work very closely with our provinces to make sure that beds are available, treatment options are there, and we are putting in as low barrier access to services as possible, shelters, everything. Everyone from city council, MLAs, MPs have a direct responsibility to make sure that they're not just addressing this crisis and putting forward options, but they are making sure that they are doing it with the most information available possible so that these things are successful in the long term.